Hi, everybody. My name is Steve Hansen, and welcome to my racing channel. This is kind of where we hang out and kind of setting in the shop, although I'm in the house. It's cold outside. I'm in northern Nebraska, but this is kind of a channel where we can sit and hang out and talk about racing, NASCAR, dirt tracks, whatever racing may be. Right now, NASCAR is kind of the hot topic. We just got through with the Clash and the Daytona experience is coming up, and the hot thing out there right now is the Clash. Should we keep it? Shall we do away with it? Should it stay here? Should go there? Go back to Daytona? So, topic for the day is the Clash. And first of all, absolutely positively, yes, we need to keep it. It needs to be recreated as an event. And while, as I understand it, there's a contract that they have to go back to Bowman Gray one more year. That's the hot thing out there that they do have to go back one more year, and that's fine. But the thing of it is, I've heard comments. Well, it was so boring. They're bumper cars slamming them out of the way. Easy to say, and or I remember comments that all it was at Daytona was a wreck fest and boring to watch, and everything's boring to watch. Well, I feel as true race fans, we find a good in the product that's on TV, and as I've covered before, thank goodness it's on TV. But bottom line, yes, we as race fans bitch about everything, but at the end of the day, I feel the race fans and people like Junior and Kenny Wallace and people are trying to offer up thoughts on keeping it going because look, the Clash is part of NASCAR history, it's part of racing history, and I feel it needs to be saved. And at the end of the day, I 100% feel it needs to go back to Daytona. NASCAR needs to recreate Speedweeks and make this a focal point to kick Speedweeks off with the Clash and also melding some of the thought processes that they've brought up. Now, it's been talked about that, oh, let's just keep it for pole winners and things like that. I understand that thought. That's what they used to do. But listen, last year there were only 6 drivers out of 36 cars that as far have charters. Okay, there are only 6 cars that won poles last year. So, bottom line, folks, this is my fix to the Clash and taking it back to Daytona. And so with the 20 car field that we've done with the fiasco out in California, and then what they've done with the Busch Clash, or excuse me, with Bowman Gray, using the 20 car field as a model. So we will take, again, I'm using last year's thought process here, if you will, for pole winners. So take the 6 winners that won poles last year, they're in the race. Now, as it turns out, there are 6 current drivers who are past champions of the Clash. So, again, using the 20 car thought process here, we now have 12 cars. Okay, now for the next 6 cars, getting it up to 18, for the next 6 cars, we have 2 qualifying races to get in. 2 20-lap races to qualify and get in, leaving 2 spots. Those 2 spots will be fan voted in if they haven't pre-qualified with an app on your phone, and you have to be at the race to vote for those guys. Not television. This is strictly stuff to do at the track. This is an added avenue to draw people to the track to make the fans be a part of the show. Okay, now that being said, in order for the cars that have to race to get in, take the current entry list for the Daytona 500. So that will even include open teams cars. Okay, so like Jimmy Johnson and some of those guys can try and race their way in. Okay, so that kind of opens the field up and opens it up so that you can get into the Busch Clash. Well, I'm calling it the Busch Clash. It's the whatever Clash that they get a sponsor for. So that's the first thing. Secondly, as I said, two 20-lap qualifying races to make the next 6 slots. Okay, obviously, divided between the two, there'll be 3 cars from each one of those to get in. So now we're up to 18. All right. Now, the key part is the that those qualifying in races are held on Friday night, weather permitting. Friday night, you have the race to get in. Okay. With the A main event being Saturday afternoon before the ARCA race, not after, before, run during the day. Okay. So, or as weather permits. But anyway, so that is a 50 lap race with the break coming at lap 25, mandatory caution at lap 25. You can come in and whatever NASCAR mandates you can change, not change, whatever. The second 25 will be, if there's cautions, those cautions will count. Okay. Bottom line, we're trying to make this a 3.5 to 4 hour race, period. Okay, you can and the networks can do whatever, but bottom line, it's a four hour at most window. And if you have rain delays and stuff, that we're not going to get into all of that kind of stuff right now. But this is the basis of what I propose to fix the clash with. Now, that being said, the four stage of this is make it a fan event. Make it look what they're doing at Daytona this year for the Busch Clash. I got to go to this. Okay, make it a fan event. Make it a fan-friendly event by making it affordable. And if there's a second phase to that so that they can buy tickets to the ARCA race, the truck race, the Xfinity race, the 125s or 150s, whatever they are now. But bottom line, make this race, the Busch Clash, an event where you have Friday night and Saturday afternoon. And honestly, I would tie in the ARCA race with the Busch Clash, A main, whatever you want to call it. So we've incorporated the current 20 car field. We've incorporated the pole winners, and we've also so we've made it a show, guys. We've made it a show. We've got 20 cars in the A main, and we've taken from the complete field to make this event on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Okay, so anyway, folks, that's my take on how to fix the clash, put it back at Daytona, make it an event, make it fun for all the teams to try and get in. And bottom line for the teams, I skipped over this. Make a decent pay scale that's just for the clash. Okay. Now this has nothing to do with smacking people around and for the dollar and all that. We want a good show. We want a good race. These are great drivers, and they can put on a great show. But bottom line, NASCAR, you've got the money. Get a sponsor, whatever you got to do, but make a great pay scale for everybody that is entered in the clash. If you don't get in, you still get a check. I've been in racing promoting, and so I know a little bit about that topic. With that, everybody, I hope that makes sense. Leave comments down below. Pump this to Junior and Kenny Wallace and whoever. Let's get some ideas to NASCAR, and hopefully they have an open mind on what to do with the clash going forward. With that, everybody, have a great day and enjoy the race.